Hello, welcome to morning coffee with a very hoarse Maddog Merv. It is a absolutely beautiful day going into what should be a beautiful weekend. Let's see what we've got going on the channel today, shall we? Welcome to morning coffee. Maddog Merv today. Got our French roast this morning again. I wonder if I'm a big fat guy. I mean,
And then
holy
they
cow.
I always had a schmear.
He's probably going for bagels. He's trying to steal. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe it.
I have no clue.
And I got a bunch of chores to do. Oh, who wants to do that? Today's shout out goes to a channel called the Luca C channel. And I mentioned it before. This channel primarily does car models, and he gets some very interesting content on there, to me at least. The most latest one has to do with a Pro Street Thunderbird kit, and just check him out when you get a chance. Luca C channel. Last week, what did we do last week? Oh, the bases, the labyrinth bases. So always in search of something new, interesting, and challenging. So as I said in the video piece I did, my daughter and my grandkids that live here decided, well, they do a movie night usually at least once a week, and they had decided to watch. Well, my daughter had decided she likes to do these classic movies, Fern Gully, things like that this generation hasn't had a chance to see. So she chose the Labyrinth, and I was excited to see the little sparkles. I thought, wow, I'd never noticed that before. Looked into it, as I said, and found out about that. And with spooky season coming up, so you guys know this is the weekend for me that the Halloween season starts. Okay, Halloween's a season, not just a day. There's no way it can just be a day. So this year I'll get a little bit more into this year's Halloween season, but I got thinking this would be a perfect base for one of the cars, maybe the Munster coach, or maybe Dragula, when I get it done, because I guess Dragula I finished. Anyway, it would be a neat base. And also it would work good with some of my Space Marines. So I went ahead and tried these different recipes, and you saw that. The one that actually really turned out the best, I think, was the one where I put the black paint in with the mixture to begin with. Now it comes out more gray because the grout, of course, is a light gray color, but it's kind of a very dark gray that it comes out. The nice thing is, if you scratch it, it's that color all the way through, where the one that I just painted over the top, if you scratch it, well, then you got the light color down below, and it doesn't work out so well, as I found out. So really, I think the one that I showed you is okay, but the other one that I had shown in that video that I had done earlier, that was the kind of lighter gray, I think that one turned out the best. And you guys that are following the Warhammer stuff I'm doing, in a couple of weeks I'm going to show you a new combat patrol that I've got out. Well, I guess it's a kill team is what they're called, but anyway, that I've done, that I'm using these bases, and they actually turn out pretty darn cool for it. So anyway, that was a lot of fun to do for me, and I hope that you guys can use that technique somewhere in some of your modeling somewhere. Anyway, and then for the Warhammer 40K, Mad Dog's Adventures in 40K, I'm really sorry, guys. Again, it was a very, very busy week. A lot of family stuff going on. Plus, it takes forever to paint these little miniatures the way I paint them, because, yeah, I know how to paint them fast if I want just a tabletop ready. I don't. I paint these like I do all my other figures, very, very personally. Very personally. And so they take a little extra time. I kind of pushed the limit on the time, wound up running into some other unforeseen things here at the house that just got away from me. So instead of just canceling, which I probably should have done, but I decided, you know what, we're just going to do it live because I hadn't done a live one in a while as far as a build, and that's where we looked at those Templars. So I've got this group of Templars that are out here in the doghouse, along with all the model cars that I'm working on. And then I have the other projects that are in the house, in my office there, that I'm working on at night and when the weather's bad, things like that. So anyway, hopefully that's a piece that some of you guys are getting something out of. We'll do it again here in 2 weeks and see how things go. So tomorrow on the show for Labor Day, we are going to put the last piece of this general patent in. Whether it's done or not, this will be the last piece. I don't want to say some complications, but there's some things that, as I'm putting it all together, I've run into that, and we'll show you in the piece, that just taking a little extra time, taking a little extra effort, and that eats up time. I want to say a little extra time. It takes a lot of extra time to make some of these little teeny adjustments that I need to, so I get it right where I want it to be. And it'll be, if it's not completely done, because I'm still working on it, if it's not completely done, it'll be close enough that you'll get the gist of this is how it looks when it's done. So that's what's coming up tomorrow. On the kit hoarder stash, I'm not sure, because I told you last month I picked up a whole bunch of kits, kind of unintentionally, but when you can't pass up a deal, $7 for a kit, $8 for a kit, it's one of those things. So I've got a bunch, and we'll probably do a car. I'm hoping to do a car. But we'll see how it goes. But yes, kit hoarder stash this upcoming Thursday. Well, I'm back from Mesquite, as you can tell. Just a really quick little trip last weekend. Hard to believe that was a week ago. Wow. Yeah. Time flies. That was so much fun. I've taken some of these little trips with my kids before, but not this particular group. And there was no grandkids with us, just the 4 adults. We had a great time. Anastasia's fiance Nick, and I love this kid. He's a great guy, electrician. He's the one that he does some work around here for me. Just a really, really super good kid. His mother and I actually went to high school together, so it's funny how connections go. But anyway, he had some aunts and uncles down there in St. George. After we had gone to our lunch, our commemorative lunch, and after we went to visit the graves, we went over to his relative's house. Most of them had gone to the same high school I did, and of course had grown up in that area. They were a little bit older than me, but still, that didn't matter. We had a lot in common, a lot to talk about. And the one aunt used to own one of the really good antique stores that was there in St. George that I used to frequent all the time, and I had no idea. So needless to say, these poor kids, the old folks are sitting there talking and having a great time for a couple hours, and they're just kind of bored on their phones because, there's the generational thing, and you always want to know, how are you doing? What's going on? How's work? Those kind of questions, which they kind of go through, but then we tended to dominate the conversation with the good old days and the schools they went to, and different facts and figures that we both would kind of throw out at each other about stuff that was just fascinating for all of us, except for the kids. The kids are like, yeah, we're used to this, Dad. But anyway, it was a great time. Mesquite was good. The $20 porterhouse steak was, it was delicious. Vegetables, not so much, just frozen vegetables, steamed. Yeah, not typical crappy restaurant food. But the steak was actually really good. We made the mistake after I, excuse me. Man, I can't get this cold to leave me. After I talked to you guys last week, we went to the breakfast buffet. That was a big mistake. Because I'm used to some pretty good ones that we have around here. Oh my goodness, that was awful. The cook should have been fired in any other restaurant. It was absolutely miserable. So, but other than that, and the trip back was great. We had good conversation. Stopped and picked up some pastries at a very special place in St. George that has some of the world's best pastries, I think. Anyway, on the way home, we're on the freeway and we're in the carpool lane because there's 4 of us there, and there's a wrong way driver comes tooling up the other side. Nick was driving, and it shook him up pretty good. Fortunately, the guy didn't deviate from his lane, and he was in the emergency lane at the time. But it was still, you see a wrong way driver on the freeway, and it happens up here all the time. We probably get 2 or 3 a month, honestly, up here in Utah. Just, I don't know what's going on with people. They just get on the freeway the wrong way. So anyway, it was a great trip. We had a wonderful time. Folks, I'll let you get on with your Memorial Day weekend, and I'm gonna get in the doghouse and get some more work done. Try to get this General Patton completely finished, and then I'm gonna work on some Warhammer stuff for a day or two. So you guys have an absolutely awesome weekend, and we will see you tomorrow for the last installment of this General Patton.